than the other ones, but last night's homework might have been kind of hard.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend some time on homework
So
questions.
hard.
I'm actually going to get some of you guys with expo markers to the boards on ones that you know how to do so you can show us work.
Oh, I know.
If you can't show work though, I actually don't want to see your answer because they could have found the answer from the answer key. I want to see people who can show work. Maybe you didn't in homework, but you can show it. I would appreciate that. I only want volunteers that can show work. But for right now, real quick, on numbers 1 and 2, I'm actually not going to ask for help. Thank you though for offering my ones that did. You guys were able to talk to each other, and as you talked, hopefully you saw x squared. As you were foiling or using the table, hopefully you ended up with these 4 pieces. And maybe some of you, Ian, remembered. Are you checking your work?
Yeah.
Maybe some of you remembered. No excuses, just focus, okay? As you look to the front, maybe you remember this is something special. This is one of those shortcutty ones because what's always going to happen when they're the exact same? One is positive, one is negative. The middle terms. They're gone. And we end up with the final answer of x squared minus 64. Give me a thumbs up if you got that.
So you don't have to put,
Hands down.
I have a question. So you don't have to put like x squared plus x or what?
Well, 8x minus 8x is 0. And 0 we don't write in a problem.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
So zeros don't exist.
No, that'd be a 1x. 8 minus 8 would be a 0x. Does that make sense? Caleb, make sure we're focused, Jazzy.
Yeah.
Well, you wrote down this exact same thing, right?
Yeah, I don't know why you play constantly.
Because if you want, I can show you this way. Ready? 8 minus 8. I would rewrite it as x squared plus 0x minus 64 because you combine the like terms. So 8x minus x is 0x, and 0 times anybody, we just cancel out. Does that make sense? So then we can say x squared minus 64. Dun, 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 dun. Now, do you guys notice anything similar with the next problem, Johnny?
Yeah.
I'm just asking you to face this way without watching. Thank you. So go ahead and just turn around this way for me.
Yes.
Alright, what do we notice about the second problem? Are they the exact same besides the sign? So what's going to happen when we do first, outer, inner, and last? Yeah, we get 25m squared. Oh, wait.
Mine's 4.
Some of you guys are able to jump to the final answer of 25m squared minus 4, and that is good. But for those of you that can't quite jump there, to be able to see that it's going to be outer minus 10m, inner plus 10m minus 4. Maybe you can see why.
Is that a 2?
Where?
It looks like a T.
Alan, that's like encouraging Ian to focus for class today, right? If not, we're going to work on it. Ian, that share is to help you. Okay, so I've got some space so that you can focus better. If it doesn't work, we're going to have to keep on moving you around. I'd rather keep you there if that's okay. 25m, now this doesn't look like a 2, I really apologize, let me erase and rewrite, but otherwise you have 25m squared minus 4.
That's what I got.
Cool? Okay. Because when we do the outer, it's negative 2 times 5, that's negative 10 then. And then the inner, so that's a positive 2, so plus. And then the minus 10 or the negative 10 and the plus 10, that's another 0. Okay.
For the negative, when the sign, the last term is negative, the sign things change, so it's a positive and a negative, right?
Oh, if you're thinking about factoring, if you're thinking about going backwards, yeah. So if the last term, remember the last term is the number. Now the middle term's missing, but that's okay. The last term is negative, the signs, they must change. Yeah, last term is negative, the signs, they must change.
So for number 3, how is there a middle one? Oh, never mind.
Good question, let's get to number 3.
I'm confusing myself.
I'm confused.
Let's get to number 3. That's not a bad thing. What have you guys tried so far?
Oh, can
I got the
I start it?
Now, I already said I want volunteers for homework questions. I do. But for this one, I just want to hear, what have you guys tried so far? Jordan, you were saying that you had some ideas. What have you tried so far? What together 3 except...
The first term has no...
Yeah, it's a good idea, but that 3 is separate, right? Diego, what have you tried so far?
Hell?
But not long.
Okay, hold on. Caleb, shush, Jay, shush. Diego's turn to talk. Let's pay him that respect. Go.
So, like, there is nothing in common, so I think that we need to make the chart.
That's a good idea. And a chart, we look for factors of negative 24, which means if the last sign is negative, the signs they must change. Okay, so we know one positive, one negative. What are factors of 24?
6
4, 3,
1 and
8,
24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We ran out. Now one's a negative, one's a positive, but kiddos, if you want to do the shortcut real quick. 1 plus 24 is 25, 1 minus 24 is negative 23. None of those are going to be 9. No matter how we look at it, that's not a good. Well, actually, we can look at our middle term, can't we? Who's going to be the winner? The bigger number. What sign is he going to need to have? So we know the littler numbers need to have the negatives.
Yeah.
So 24 minus 1, 23, that's no good. 12 minus 2, that's 10, that's no good. 8 minus 3 is 5, that's no good. 6 minus 4 is 2, that's no good. Are there crazy
Oh my.
quadratics? Is a snazzy name for this? Are there crazy quadratics out there that have no nice factors?
No solution.
Yes. Now, good news is, we don't have to deal with them yet because the book's not throwing them at you yet. I threw it at you. I threw it at you. This is actually a function that we say has no rational zeros. No nice zeros. No nice factors. No, it won't be on the test. It won't be on the test. I was trying to see if you guys were able to figure out it's impossible for us to factor. Now, there is this really snazzy method in future chapters for how to deal with these like impossible problems. For these impossible problems.
Yeah, I got stuck.
No, that's okay, Alan. This is an impossible problem. So, guys, wait. Thank you. Good job figuring out it was impossible for our level of where we are right now. In the future, there's this thing called the quadratic formula, or this thing called completing the square. But we don't have to do it yet. We need to get better at the basic ones that we can do. So, good job figuring out he was impossible. I'm proud of all of you guys. Question. What would have made this possible? If the 9 was instead
10.
any of these numbers, right?
Yeah.
Then it would have been possible.
That was cool.
So, good catch. I know, tricky problem. Every now and then we have to make it exciting.
That was
We're going to go on to number 4. So if you guys got stuck on number 3, let me give you a second to try number 4. But good job getting stuck on 3. I threw an impossible problem in there. I know.
You guys got stuck.
Tricky, Jackson.
If you had any
Oh, the book won't throw it at you. Not yet. It'll wait for future chapters. I just kind of let you know there are ones out there that don't factor nicely, but we're dealing with, even though hard, the nicer ones that do have it. Is that cool? All right. So Molly, we're just doing our warm up, so you can go ahead and get notes ready and have homework close behind. Diego. Oh, Jay, where are notes and warm up?
I just fell away.
Let me go ahead and have that stressful. I will get this distracted.
I'll put it on.
No. You can just leave it on the desk. On the desk. On the desk.
Come
Want
on,
to hold it? You can use it with your non-writing hand, just to keep you focused. But it can't be a topic of conversation. Okay. All right. Number 4. Diego's ready to start us off. But hold on. I want to take a poll real quick. How many of you guys went straight to the table?
Oh, no.
How many of you guys went straight to parentheses? Maybe not bad. How many of you guys remember to
Factor.
look out for the GCF? Anything shared? The very first thing you look for is the GCF.
3.
Is anything shared?
3. Oh yeah.
Now wait, hold on. If the first term is negative,
signs. They must change.
oh, we didn't learn it from yesterday, did we?
No, I thought you were gonna take out.
If the first term is negative, hold on. From yesterday's notes, can I go back real fast?
Oh, I remember.
Remember right here?
You have to subtract, or you have to do
Read.
that.
If the first term is negative, the long way of explaining it, we need to factor out a negative one first.
And factor out all
Or
negatives.
factor out a negative first.
Oh, yeah.
AKA pull out a negative, flip all the signs. Now, how is my silly jingle way of remembering it?
The impaired.
Well, jingle, I don't really want to call it a rap.
Jingle bell.
But, yeah, it's the impaired thing, remember? When you look at a factoring problem, look out for the GCF. Is anything shared? If the first term is negative, that thing is in paired. What does that mean? I can't factor until I pull out a negative one. So go back to our example. Here we go. So I am pulling out a 3, but I also need to pull out the negative sign. So we're going to pull out a negative 3. Okay, the 3 I can pull out because 3 goes into every single term. It's shared. It's a shared factor. Greatest common factor. So I can pull out a 3 from
Wait,
everything.
why is it negative?
But wait, listen. Listen. If this is a little bit too fast,
That took me forever.
guys, Angel, I'm answering. I get it. It's hard. Okay, so focus. We said look out for the GCF, right? But we said wait. If the first term is negative, that thing is impaired. Okay, so wait, just pull out a negative first. If it's too confusing right now, just pull out the negative like we saw in the end of last lesson. Pull out the negative first. Then what happens to everybody on the inside? The negative 12 becomes a positive 12y squared. The plus 36, we pulled out a negative, we flipped the sign. So we pull out the negative and flip everybody's sign, each term of the trinomial. Josh?
No, sorry, my desk almost like fell. I don't know what's stopping it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you put your feet totally down and it's on the ground, is
No,
it
no,
solid?
no. I was going down and my book was
Okay,
under it and
okay.
it was on.
Thank you for fixing it. Next time, use your problem-solving skills to fix it without me needing to call.
Sorry.
Okay. So we pull out the negative and we switch all of our signs. Cool. Now, pause. Is there anything in common that we can also pull out?
Yeah.
The 3. So the negative is already out there. Now I'm pulling out a 3. So Angel pulled a negative first, then a 3. Divide 12 by 3. Remember, factoring out what's left. Pull out a 3. Factor, divide out a 3. What's left in 36? Jay, make sure you're looking up here. Remember, just in that hand that you're starting with. And then pull out a 3. Divide a 3 by 15. What do you got?
Wait, I tried to multiply this.
The negative's already out. We're just pulling out. Dividing.
Why dividing if it's practice?
Because we're pulling out, which is division. Remember, guys, if you need to. Alright, you're staying 2 minutes. Now I'm going by multiples of 2 into lunch. 2 minutes. The next time is 4, then 6, then 8, and then before you know it, lunch is gone. Diego, don't make them stay in during lunch. Remember when we have 12y squared. The negative is already gone. 12y squared. Remember how p equals? You guys said there was a 3 in common. 3 times 2, 3 times 4. Angel, this was your question, buddy. We have a 36y. We're not looking at signs. We're just looking at terms. We're taking each term and saying, hey, if we pull out a 3, what else was in this number? What else was in this number? We factor out the 3. Who's left? See it?
Yes, some.
Technically, the 12 was a positive, the 36y was a negative, and the 15 was a positive, so there's also a negative. So we pull that out, pull that out, pull that out, and what is left is the remaining factors. So we are dividing. Okay, we are dividing. Now, kiddos, if you've been able to at least track up to this point, that's a great job. The problem is, we're not done factoring.
This is the easy part.
The negative 3 is going to chill on the outside. We're going to ask ourselves if the last term is positive, the signs stay the same. It's going to be a minus and a minus, right?
Yep.
It's going to be a minus and a minus. So the chart. Kiddos, is this the easy chart or is this the long chart?
Easy.
Why is it the long chart?
Oh, because there's more.
There's a 4 in front. We can't just say y and y. Right? So we have to look at, Caleb, we have to look at 4y squared. Factors of, we have to look at factors of 5. And we have to look at possible factors. And then look at our outer plus inner.
Again, more.
Oh. Keeps us in here.
Now, have you guys already been thinking of what are different ways to make 4y squared?
2y. Yeah.
be 2y and 2y.
Four
Did anybody
times
think 1y and 4y? Yeah, could be different ways, right? So technically it could be 1y and 4y. Oh, why am I writing that twice?
Why is your T upside down?
It's an I.
Oh.
I didn't finish it, sorry, it got moved somehow. Thank you, thank you.
Same thing.
Why did I write 1y and 4y 2 times?
Has to do with adding.
You guys remember how I can have -1 and -5, or I can have -5 and -1?
Yeah.
Could go either way, right? Dylan, come on, bud. Let's go and pull our shirt down. Pull the collar down. There, that'll help you stay away. All the way down, bud, below your chin, where it's supposed to be. Thank you, thank you. And then for the 2y and 2y, kiddos, aren't there technically 2 ways that can go?
Yes.
Although some of you might be like, wait a minute, I think it might be the same no matter how you cut it.
Yep.
Good thinking.
Oh crap.
What are the possible factors? How do we make these different pieces, these different factors, how do we make them into our possible answers? Let me zoom in on that.
Oh.
Need our parentheses.
I got you. Y and 4y.
So we can put our y and 4y.
Wait, is that our one?
Remember, we take these to be first and first,
Isn't that first?
last and last. Good. -1, -5. Now, how do we check to see if it works or not? FOIL. But we don't have to do the whole thing. We already know the first and last works. Alan, go to Mr. Kim's. Take all your stuff. Thank you, sir. Go quickly. So now when I multiply, what's my outer?
Negative Y5. I mean negative 5Y.
-5 times 5. What's my inner?
Negative 4Y. No, just negative 5.
A negative times a positive, that's a -5y, and a negative times a positive is a -4y. See it? Now, what are we trying to match this with? -12y. So, hold on. Does -5 plus -4 equal -12?
No. Nope.
Okay, so hold on. It's okay. It's okay. One of these will be right. Remember, the book's only giving you the nice ones that are possible. So y minus 5 this time. Good. And then 4y minus 1. We're just checking the options. Outer, -y. Inner. What's -5 times 4y? Uh-oh. -1 plus -20 is -21. 12 backwards. That doesn't work. Let's try the next one. Griffin, is it a question on what we've done, or have you already figured out the
There's
answer?
a question on this.
Oh, go ahead.
If on a test we're doing this, do you want us to go through all the possible
If you can
ones?
figure out, like if you can jump to the right one and you find it quick, I don't know. So then we have 2y minus 1, and we have 2y minus 5, right? Okay, outer,
Negative 10Y.
-10y. Inner, yeah.
Yes.
What's -10 plus -2, just like all of these? What? Winner, winner, chicken dinner, guys. Who guys know my final answer? Up here with the -3 on the outside?
2Y minus uno. 2Y minus cinco.
Steal your, ready? Look, look, look. Look, look, look. Steal the answers. That shows us what the answers are supposed to be. Do you see it? Hey, hey, hey. These are our answers, so we steal them and say, hey, hey, that gets us what we needed to have.
You stole the chicken.
Josh.
Should we do another one?
Yeah, I'm still.
I just.
Well, this was a really full problem. It was a really full problem. Do you want to do one more warm-up? Let's name this one warm-up number 5.
Yeah. Do it.
And I'm going to go back and steal one of the ones we didn't get done yesterday after Ava's question. Ava, go ahead. If the last sign is positive, the signs are the same. Here's the long story short. -10 plus 2 would be -8. See what I mean? And -10 times, well, here's another way of saying it. These signs came from back here, these signs. So your real question is, why are you making all these negative? Well, the problem is, I need the 5 to be a positive. A negative times a negative is a positive, but a negative times a positive would be a negative. So I need to match that Oh, about the signs stay the same? Here, Jazzy, you got this. If the last sign is positive, we know they're the same. Either plus plus or minus minus.
Whatever the middle one.
Look in the middle one that we're trying to match. The number, hopefully we make match over here. The sign lets us know which one to stay the same.
Okay.
So we need a negative plus another negative to make that negative.
So if it was a negative at the end, then it would be positive, and then negative as the was changed.
And if this was a positive and a positive, stay the same, but if that's a positive, make them pluses instead.
Oh crap.
80. Let me have you get down this warm-up number 5 first, and then I'll have you go ahead and quickly go. Let's grab, what do you want, guys? Do you not want the number in front?
No.
Well, but
No.
that's what you're asking them.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, do the voice test.
Alright, here we go.
We didn't finish the second one.
Well, I'm not sure if you guys are
We're not gonna do
quite,
that.
Oh,
quite
true.
strong enough to really want to go through all
No,
this.
please.
Now, some of you could, but let's do one that's
Justin's doing
maybe a
it right
little
now
bit
on the
more
thing.
basic, okay?
Okay.
Alright, write it down.
Ooh.
The nice thing is there a GCF we even have to worry about?
Nope.
No. Is there a negative that in the first term we have to worry about?
Yes. Oh, no. Yeah. Let's do it.
Go for the table. 81 minus the next one.
Set it up, so you wanna find what can equal 3x squared.
Go sit. Didn't we already do 1, 2, 3, 4 all together?
Sign is a positive,
Write
the
down.
sign is
I
negative.
want you to be able to stay in class, but if you can't handle that, then you're not staying. Sit and focus.
Wouldn't this one have no, it doesn't have three. It doesn't have a common factor.
Oh, it doesn't, so we don't have to start there. We go straight to the table.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to pull out, no GCF, nothing to pull out, no negative. Go straight to the table.
Oh.
That was easy.
That's the two?
Looking at breaking apart 3x squared, breaking apart
I
8.
thought you were talking about like.
No. Unless you want to use the, if the last term is positive, the signs they must. Oh, I said it backwards. If the last sign is positive, the signs are the
Same.
same. But wait,
Don't mix me up.
what's same? Look at the middle.
They make it
Ian, I
big.
said a few days ago, no more throwing away trash. Just keep it at your desk. Because you should be working through this example with us, not worried about trash. Go ahead and pick it up, put it on your desk, and leave it there until the end of class, and then throw it away from me. Thank you.
Did I do it right?
Oh no.
It's right there, no.
You fail it.
A little bit off, bud. Something's a little bit off. You guys remember what O plus I means, right? Outer plus inner.
Hey, you are guys.
Oops.
Oops.
Wait, Z, why wouldn't we have a middle term for this? Or is that all?
That goes first, right?
I did do it
So
right.
use first with
What's your problem?
then you second.
What?
That makes sense.
Oh, I forgot.
So how would you write your first?
I can't figure it out. No, it's gonna take like 45 minutes to do one problem. That's the start. Oh.
Good. Does that make sense? Times 3.
What is this?
I think it's just 1 and 3.
3 or 2 or 1?
Let me see your table, Ian. Let me see.
Wait.
Where's your board now?
Who is you?
Now, I like to write the X to X to see how you have no X's. You don't have to know how to fill it in. So, yeah, give a second. Just write those X's in with the 1 and the 3. Does that make sense?
But
Okay,
there's
yeah,
another
if it
version
makes it right,
where
that's good.
8 that you can use.
Yeah, 4 times 2.
What else makes 8?
Are we turning or
Oh, it's a minus.
No. I did the 2 and the 4 last.
Oh yeah?
It's 1x.
Yeah, it just depends on how your brain works, like which ones you put. So some people might get there faster than others, but maybe on another one you'll get there faster. Just kind of depends. Do you guys agree those are all the possible combinations? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
1 and 8, 8,
You
1,
could do
2,
3 and 1.
Yeah, but do you see how by switching these, I already kind of,
Yeah.
I'm doing all the
So
switching
you
with
can
the other
use the
others.
same one for each.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So then,
Oh my.
I'm confused there.
No.
Possible.
that's not negative 4.
Oh,
So you guys might
never
beat me a
mind.
little bit, huh?
I get what's going on now.
You see it, Caleb?
Yeah.
First one go first.
Oh,
And the last
okay.
one. There you
Oh, it's not that hard.
Just takes a little bit of
We make it
patience.
seem so hard, but it's so simple.
It's not bad. You just gotta check it out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I couldn't even write that first. It was negative 4, negative 6.
Oh my.
I know, right? Very
Lions,
little.
Tigers, and Bears.
Oh, that's 10. Try one more.
Oh, this must be it. It's nothing. Yeah.
Why do I like that one?
Well, I thought you had
Because
you
you
add.
add the negative.
Oh,
Negative
never mind.
2. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't know where that saying comes from. I don't know. It's been a long time ago.
I remember it. I just don't know
So
where.
then, what do I put in my answer?
You put 3x, or you could do x minus, and then 3x.
minus.
But Josh, you're right. You could write it 3x minus 2 times x minus 4.
I'm
Same
still
thing.
confused.
Oh, I get it. It's not that hard.
I'm still confused though.
Now here's the dealio. Listen up, kiddos. I'm going to go ahead and, you can check your answer. I'm going to go ahead and show real quick answers to evens.
Okay.
I'm going to show real quick answers to evens, all right?
Oh,
If, listen.
Hey, bro.
Listen.
Yeah.
I want you to all stay in class. Listen. Shh. See? I want you all stay in class. You have to go fast because I need to show you the next section. But I told you the next section is kind of easy as long as we can hang in there. Okay? I'm going to have you check these quickly. If by, now these are all the evens on 32 and 33.
Which?
32 and 33.
I know, but which homework is this?
Well, we just did
Oh.
33. Okay. If you're like, I think I pretty much have the idea by checking the evens, I'm going to have you give me the homework right now.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm kind of stuck. Now, I do have a meeting during lunch today.
I'm coming.
I do have a meeting during lunch. I might be able to like start with like 1 or 2 problems, but I won't be able to help for a long time.
School?
But I'll be here during period 7 if you have period 7 PE and a coach will let you come. Because they care about your math grade and you graduating high school, those sorts of things.
Is this the 13 to 20?
Or after school. Now we gotta say 4 minutes. Guys, I really didn't want to double it. Come back. Come back. We already had 2, now we're at 4. Okay, listen. If you're like, I really don't have an idea, I really don't have a good clue as to this homework, if you come in and let me help you on 1 or 2 problems, I will let you have until tomorrow to turn it in. Because some of you might have just gotten it in class. Okay, sometimes it takes time. So one more time, let's grade our evens real fast, and if you're like, I pretty much have the idea, turn in homeworks 32 and 33. And if you're like, I really don't get it, hold on to it, and if you come in I'll sign your paper, which means it's excused, and you can turn it in tomorrow and have a little more time tonight, okay? But if you don't come in, it's gonna be half credit tomorrow. All right, if you're ready to turn it in, 32 and 33, and if you're like, I have an idea.
395 is tomorrow, 33.
Hey, are you sure? Yeah.
It's gonna be late, so you can have it.
Josh, move.
I don't have your paper.
I'm back here.
Oh.
Barry,
Did you
go
pass my
sit your
paper?
seat.
Oh.
You don't wanna give Mr. Kim. Go.
Did you pass my paper?
Go. David, go sit. Barry, sit down. That was not a tap. Why is your not accepted?
Oh, what number was it? 395.
Wait, I'm just boxing my final answer.
Who messed up?
No.
Which actually is the same.
Any of the same five?
Keep that the same. Yeah, keep that the same. All right, let's go back. I don't want you to stay longer either, buddy. I don't either. All right. If anybody else by the end of class wants to turn in 32, 33, the pile's right here. Otherwise, you can come to me for your grade 7 after school. Let's come back. Okay? Let's come back and let's see what this easier topic is. It's still factoring.
This is easy.
It's still factoring.
Oh,
You're
okay.
gonna notice it's actually for a special type up here. It's actually for a special type of product, which means
That don't look that hard.
special type of product, which means maybe it has a special answer.
Kind of true.
We're factoring special products in section 7.7. We're factoring one type of special product in the first part, and then we're factoring another special product tomorrow in the second part, before the weekend. So we're still factoring, but guys, look at these problems as you're writing, word for word, notes open. As you're writing, word for word, notes open. These factoring problems look a whole lot shorter, right?
Yes.
All the ones that we've been doing over the past few days had 3 pieces. They were trinomials, the first, the middle, a left.
This one's fine.
Trying notes open or else you're staying in lunch and writing. I know you're pondering, but you know something. It's okay. Keep pondering though. Keep pondering as you write. That's good pondering.
That means the little ones cancel each other out, and it's like a negative and a positive.
Well, because the last term is negative, we know the signs they must change. So we know a plus and a minus.
And but they're the same.
But they're the same number. The outer and the inner cancel. Remember how we canceled them when we were finding the product earlier? The difference of 2 squares. If you notice from what we did in class today, we did at the beginning of the warm-up, which you guys thought was pretty easy, we multiplied things that looked like a plus b and a minus b. We looked at things that multiplied or looked like a plus b and a minus b. And we got answers that only had 2 pieces. Because the outer and the inners, the 10x minus 10x, canceled. So whenever we see this special a squared minus b squared, we can actually go back to a very special type of product. Now, I'm going to show you real quick how the table can help us with this too. But I think if you get the hang of it, you won't need the table for long. And some of you might already see, I don't need the table at all. Now hang in there. We still put the last term, there's no a in front, we still put the last term and think about factors of negative 25. But since the middle term is missing, we actually already kind of know to use negative 5 and positive 5. 25 is a perfect square. 25 squared square rooted comes from 5 and 5, right guys?
Yes.
What's the sum of negative 5 and positive 5? Oh, the sum means adding them together. What's negative 5 plus 5? 0.
Zero.
Why is it a 0?
Negative 5.
It's not there. There is no middle term. Now wait, check it. This is a special factoring problem because when you factor, we do know that the signs, they must change. We do know, looking at that guy, we have an x and an x. But the cool thing is, because it's of this special form, we can also say it's a plus 5 minus 5. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh.
Wait, don't worry, we have 4 more minutes. We didn't, but we do. Do you see how this fits this?
Yes.
Who is being squared? X. Who is
5.
being squared? 5. Wait, does this really work? Question. If we were to FOIL, what would we get?
X squared minus
Plus 5x minus 5x minus 25. We always get to cross out these middle terms whenever they are the same, but the sign is different.
So the answer is X.
So the answer just says, who's being squared first? X is being squared, that's what goes first. Plus or minus or plus, either way. Who's being squared second? 5 and negative 5. So question. My room usually does that. Question. What's going on in the second problem?
4.
Who's being squared?
2Z.
No. 2z and 2z. It needs to be the same thing, Rob. So 2z and 2z makes 4z squared, right? And 1 and 1? Guess what? Dun, 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 dun. That's it? That's it. So let me ask you one more.
Wait, where did Tara?
Where did this one?
I didn't.
Who's being squared?
36.
X and X.
And 6.
Who's being squared?
6 and 6.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they made it hard. Who's being squared?
M.
And an M.
M.
Who's being squared?
M. 4.
Could you put M first? Would that still be wrong?
Go with the same order that it's being shown in.
Hey.
Oh, there's numbers in front.
We got
It's okay.
Oh,
Who's being
no.
squared?
3 and
4.
And then.
Boy.
4.
You guys think we can finish the last example for the first time in a long time?
No.
Do we think we can do this homework?
Yeah.
Remember, you can turn in 32, 33 right now and be on time, or come see me and let me explain one to you, and then you can have until tomorrow. Take a picture of your homework. See you guys later. Bye-bye. I'm meeting right now. 4:30?
I'm gonna come at like 3:45.
Sounds good.
Why would you come early? Oh my God.
I said 3:45. Practicing at 3:30.
Leave, hopefully at like 4. Oh, so you have a 2 to 4? You think you can come in like 4 to 4:30? Yeah, I did. Why don't you text and see? Text and see. Yeah, baby.
Can I come at 5:30?
Yeah, I'll be here until 4:30. I'll be here until 4:30, so anytime there's data.
I printed out this roster and I